Okay, so it does
That
go
is
like
so
this.
good.
You're like, I guess you're like directly, if you're kind of treating. So,
Okay. Okay, like this.
yeah, like you can start there. You want, I guess I like it a little bit flatter, but you're not gonna be able to
Can you tell me
start
if
at
this
45,
is like
keep
showing
it
me?
down a little, don't go past it, more so. After that, then it's just gonna like start catching really hard. But you want to have the tool forward and not to the side. So you want to have it like.
It's really hot though. I'm not.
Can you do two hands, or so that it like hold it more like a pencil? And then you can, I have my elbows anchored in my hips. So might need to scoot. This is not the same posture as when we're throwing either. Like this
Yeah.
is it's different movement. So
Yeah, that's why
however-
it's like
Yeah, like this.
easier for you.
I'm a little bit more scooped back than I usually am, because I've got to move a lot more rather than staying. Yeah, I'm just like, what's going on over here? Or however it's comfy.
Oh, it's so dry.
Start more on the side. That like part that's like.
Oh, on this end.
Yeah, just trying to get that out of there first. The deeper you go, it will get to a better place.
It also doesn't seem fully centered. Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
It might need to get kind of reset. So when it's not fully centered, like when it's not exact when
Yeah.
you first start, you can center it, and then it might reveal itself a little bit more, and you'll have to like kind of reset it. like
No,
that.
probably when I pressed on the things, yeah, like you said.
That's
But it's okay. It's not gonna be perfect. It's fine. Chucky, this is the last time you come in, Papa. Last time you come in. I cannot have you outside because the two dogs will eat you alive. They're sweet, but they're not.
I'm like trying to listen to something, and then I'm like, there's probably like 2 feet of clay.
You got a bit to go.
That's it, Papa. That's it. Sit, Papa. Sit now, Mark.
The fact that it's hard and brown and the way it's scraping off
No, 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 no,
like
no.
dogwood. I feel like I'm like making taco.
I was working at the kids museum, like we couldn't order brown clay because it's gonna get. We had to order white. It was like, are you kidding? And then I saw it happen. I was like, okay.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So something very interesting is happening to me here. Do you see like that texture of that? Great.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
So it's called chattering. So that is either the tool is like it's too much pressure, too hard clay, or the tool can be that can cause it. Dull tool, hard clay, and then it can't catch.
Right.
So and then it might also just be speed
Okay.
and getting compressed at that angle.
Yeah.
Or something else.
I mean, I
But-
kind of like it though. Can I like keep it like
Totally fine.
that?
So
Like it's kind of cool.
The only thing is you'll end up, you can carve out a foot from the interior because you do still have excess clay there.
Right.
That just ends up, I mean, your first pieces will always be a little bit heavier.
Right.
So if you have like a low piece like this and you want to trim it off further, what would you do?
This is like long. So this is where you want to, this is,
I'm not done yet.
yeah, so this is, you're getting close to,
You have to turn it over.
Oh my god, why would you?
Oh my god, I don't know why I have the piece.
Oh my god.
left hands. So you can kind of hear the hollowness.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Compared to over here, and then even feeling the vibration from each of them. So like put your other hand on there.
Yeah.
So that difference. So that's you've got more clay that you can take down over here.
Yeah.
So you can
Work
like
on that first.
you probably can't take any more from here,
Okay.
but you can elevate separate it by like taking off the corner, so it won't be this kind of thing. Cute. So just like turn your tool or use a flat-sided one just to take it out.
So were you holding, when you're doing the edge, are you holding it like this or like?
Yeah, I'm holding it. I'm more so like kind of moving on a radius. It's not exactly the right
But
word
like
for
the
this, but
actual
like
grip.
yeah, I hold like I'm writing, and then I have my other hand underneath there for support.
I don't know, this just isn't like dry enough.
Is it sticking to the tool?
No, it just kind of looks like this. I mean, they're really pretty, but
No, then you can save those. They're really it's a cute wind chime. I gotta poke a hole in them.
recycle.
No, seriously.
No, they're
So-
really cute.
Especially when they're nice and strong like
Yeah,
that. It's nice.
I'll save them.
Baby's first
I-
portrait.
Oh, I love that actually. Okay, everybody save one trimming.
Opening little braids.
So that is no, that's just like
Okay. I'm having a little bit of an issue with like this point. I don't know if I can get like close enough to like take it off.
so it looks like that's room to go. You can come in with a different tool that's a little bit smaller.
Okay.
So you will. So I think you're just starting right way on, so you don't get kind of stuck over there.
Yeah.
So go a little faster. So you're slightly out of center. So you're
Yeah.
you should
I,
be.
I
Yeah,
noticed
that move. Pause your wheel. So this side is to dots.
Okay. So like move up a little bit then. Right?
Yeah, you'll have to remove your legs. Yeah.
Alright. It's not that hard to do.
Sit.
Can I reuse these legs?
Yeah. Usually you do like use them for like fruit cuts before they get too dry.
My mom is so funny. I guess like now since I've like mentioned pottery to her, like her Instagram explore page is now also pottery,
Down.
and she was like,
How about my uncle too?
Down.
He took me to class with his girlfriend. It's like it's been non-stop. What did you do?
"That's so
My
funny."
thing is
Stay.
getting I don't know.
Down.
Is it too
No.
dry? Is that why?
It
Down.
can be too dry. It might be a little bit too much
Stay.
pressure with like
Stay.
or too
Nuh-uh.
loose.
Stay.
You can also change. This is why I like this one. You'll be here. You can change the angle, and that will help counteract
Stay.
speed. So down a little bit, add a little bit more pressure. Change your angle just a little bit more upright.
Oh boy.
So you want to be able to get. You want to see the blade coming down.
Stay. Hey.
Okay, what is this?
Down.
So she was like, "Oh, did you know that all the clay? Like, I saw this video of this girl who didn't like her piece, so she just crumbled it up and put it like in a bucket, and then she reused the clay." And I was like, "Yeah, girl." Like,
And so
hello.
you're a little up here, and you have more of a tendency for it to run into
She
your
really
tool.
wants to
So you do want to stay more around two.
Okay.
Just yeah.
So like I should be like this.
So you don't want to come in sideways. You want to be covered, so that it's like coming down flat. So you can use this more as like a. Because this way you're not able to use your full. This is there's a word I'm looking for right now. This way you have it's all one line. You're not having to like control two lines at once. So it's just
Your
straight
bottom
from
is
your
so
body.
cute. Mine
So like this.
Yeah.
Well, this is flat, but this is
No, that might be a little high. And then, like I said, if you need to scooch back for this,
like a
part,
referee
it's
to, like,
different.
trim
It's
so
not
much.
exactly like throwing. Like it's still like stability, but you
Also, it's so
do
low.
need
I
a
feel like
little
I
bit
don't
more
have a lot of
room
room to
in
move.
your own.
And my
body
hand
to
keeps
be able to-
pivoting to the wheel.
as
Oh,
well as
I
also
see what you
tiny,
mean.
so- Yeah, no, then funny little spot.
Have you ever had it like hit you in the face when you're trying?
No.
It's also going out, right?
It's yeah, no. Usually, like it'll like fly around and then come off to the
I
side.
can see what's
I did get. I've gotten squirted a lot
Oh.
by it. Yeah, it's not nice.
I imagine.
It's pretty rude. And really, like, what the hell?
Yeah, this is not. I don't know what to use the lines on the wheel now. Straight red. So there's, you also use your hand as the wheel. That's where it's off center. Yeah. Can I have that little triangle over there? Just yes.
You get your chattering out.
Kinda, I guess. I don't know. But now I'm trimming and it's looking so good, but I'm so scared that I'm gonna like go straight through. Like
Is that too dry?
No, if anything, these you'll probably see how it's like really shiny. So when it's too dry, there's a higher tendency to just burnish it instead of actually take the clay off. It's harder to trim through it, and you'll end up leaving more behind.
No.
okay.
So do I need to make more?
Goodness.
Not if you don't want to.
All this
Like it can be subtle.
10 months.
It can be. You can also like.
Yeah.
I like to burnish mine
I
in.
think it's the hardest
So
stages.
that was like something I
It gets better
missed.
when they get 2 years old.
Yeah, I can.
I know you
I'll
have a
take-
while.
How the hell am I gonna hold?
I know.
Like a more angular end.
More
I got
like
this though. The stage passes so quickly.
if I
Mine is like 5 now.
Glaze
I'm
it?
like,
or
how?
decorate it.
Lucky you.
If I burnish it now, I don't need to wax it. Actually, it's easier to. I can wax it. Makes my job like twice as easy, but then I have to add waxing, so I don't. Wax is like kind of nightmare fluid to me. You can end up ruining your whole system really very quickly. You have a bunch of pots, and then suddenly you get like 3 wax strips on them, and it's like, oh, I have to bisque these all over again because it won't come off unless you fire it. So
Oh no. You can't wipe it off.
no. Yeah, and you'd have to torch it off, and at that point, you're risking like it has to
And you're like, how did I get here?
it's so stupid. And so like I just try not to use it as best I can, and I've figured out some ways to wax the bottom without using a brush or a sponge or anything.
Yeah.
I just dip it into a tray.
No bueno, no bueno.
Just kind of put it there, and it works really well. But anyway, because I don't like wax so much. So this part, I'm just gonna burnish this. And this seals that clay off. I'm gonna do it for a decent amount of time. But it seals it off and it makes it like much more resistant to absorption. Keeps any clay off. I can wipe it a lot easier now.
So I've seen people while they're throwing, they use some sort of like little strip on the edge. What is that?
Your chamois or plastic bag. It's to compress it even
Yeah.
more. So yeah, you can take the rim smoothness like. I'm gonna go grab the pot. I'll show you. It's nice. It's worth it. But you do have to remember to compress.
So I'm not trying to scrape with this, right? I'm just holding like
Yeah, hold it as flat as you can.
So is this rim?
I think I'm happy with it. Looks like a nipple.
It looks like a nipple.
So
Right there.
See it? It's like an inverted boob.
But I like it.
No, that's great. You probably have a lot to
More?
like. You could take this on. Like
Oh, mine is
this is
kinda
going to be a
not
little
so-
sharp. That's like just a
Yeah,
little bit
you gotta use
prone
more
to
pressure.
chipping.
Yeah.
If anything, just
I know.
sponge it.
Sponge it
Mhm.
with water.
Or
just
yeah,
a sponge?
Like hold the wheel and
I'm
just
like
like
taking
sponge
them
it.
all.
Really? That's
to
it?
like frame them.
Cool. That's
And so
good.
that's not
Sharp.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
But
so
you-
every time it's sharp, it has a tendency to break, to crack.
That really fine edge, yeah, I mean, it's not, if you look at restaurant wear, I go off of, like, because I make functional pots, but the sharper the edge, like, it runs into anything if it hits the edge of the sink, it's not it's close to it, it's not indestructible, but it's strong, like, it's not, but you'll notice, like, when there's, like, a really sharp edge to a piece versus, like,
Okay.
you also don't want to cut anybody while they use it.
No? Okay. Just thinking.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Maybe.
Not for your enemies. No, that's
You know, that's a good strategy right there. All of a sudden, they're like, oh, my mouth. Yeah, just for you to shut up.
For you to stop talking.
I don't think this is doing what you did.
Oh, that's so pretty.
But so this is a
Love
slightly
the
sharp
color.
edge, but
Ooh, that's so pretty. Yeah, I would be scared to use it.
Oh, I would love to use it.
I know, I would put I would make it like a little trinket fish.
yeah, you just want, if it's thin, you want it to be thin throughout.
Yeah, like
So
the
that-
whole thing has
yeah.
to be super thin. It looks like glass.
Looks really good.
Yeah, that is a recent discovery on the glazing front. That's like
Nice.
that
Beautiful.
effect.
I love it.
Yeah, that's
It
painting
looks
it.
like crackled.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No. No.
Oh, black.
Okay, fancy.
That's just black, blue, and green painted on first, fired on, and then glazed again.
Wow.
So when the stroke and coat cools after bisque, it's not. It says it's food safe. It is not food safe. It does this thing called crazing, which is this.
And that's not
in
food safe.
in the glaze. No, so at that temperature, it's not. It's still gonna absorb water.
No.
I put a glaze that doesn't do that over it. And so that glaze went in between all those little cracks, and that's why you can see them all.
Yeah.
But now there's
No.
like a full coat over it, and
So it is or isn't beautiful?
it is food safe. And it's not food safe because of any
It's like
weird, like too much cobalt or whatever. It's just that at that
Wanna go in?
temperature, it's not vitrified enough to keep liquid out. So it can still just absorb water.
What do they mean when they say like
Wanna go in?
like fire at cone 10?
That's so that's the temperature. I fired at cone 6. The first firing is this firing. That's cone 06 or 04, depending. It's about 1800 degrees. Not hot enough still. Comes out.
Is that Fahrenheit or Celsius?
That's where it's like a hard pot now. It's not going to be usable again. It's essentially a rock, but it's like very not strong rock. It's more like limestone. Glaze it, put it back into 2232-ish, depending on if I have black clay in there or not. If I have black clay, it's 22. But if no black clay is in there, 2232, and then everything gets tighter, smaller, fuses together fully.
That's when the things can't touch, right?
Yes, yes.
So during a bisque fire they can? Or
Yeah.
That's when they stack them up.
And then cone 10 is only about 80 degrees hotter, but it makes a big difference in durability. Like most restaurant ware is fired to cone 10.
But you usually just fire cone 6.
It is a lot harder to, it's much harder on the kiln itself and all the equipment to go that extra 80. Yeah, it's like the energy amount required to hit there, like it's like normal, and then you hit cone 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like it's like off the charts immediately. It's like, just go to 6.
I don't think it's doing what you were doing.
What do you mean?
I don't think it's doing.
Oh, this is great. It's fine. It's got a shine to it. You can hold it longer.
Okay. And then if I want to get this far, do I turn it over?
Yes. You can do the same kind of thing, or it's not fully necessary. What you can do is getting the rim wet
Just stick it
and
on.
sticking it on. Now you just have to be very careful. long as you're careful to make sure it's really on there before you start doing anything to it. I can explain tap centering
So interesting.
a little bit next week.
Yes. Maybe my brain needs to process.
One thing at a time, one thing at a time. That one's more in the rhythm, like, and you gotta know what you're looking for.
Sit.
But from here, it's stuck. I'm gonna give it a nice little.
Is there a way to scrape this?
That's it.
Like to trim it?
Give it a sponge, see how it looks with, after sponging it down.
Can you take a look at this? Like, it's barely an indent, and I'm just very scared of like going through. But I really want to keep this one, so I'm just like, do you think that's enough?
I would not go any farther there.
Okay.
That's far enough. You are missing a little bit of, like, you can go, came off of it a little soon.
Mhm.
So you're good.
Yeah, I want to know the same thing. I don't know.
Like, I will see how just like
Mm-hmm.
that. I'm like fine there and like, okay, I'm not going any deeper than that. I'm just gonna turn my tool into the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that way.
And lay it
You know,
flat, let it kind of just chill there.
but that's not your treat.
So once I start seeing like really fine lines like that, that's kind of my tell that it's like,
That's like
yeah, you're more or less pretty close to being finished in that zone.
okay.
See here. See.
I think I am too, right? I don't know how to like.
So it's, you're listening to the corner, feel for the density of it, that difference in vibration.
Yeah, I think it's like definitely.
You gotta,
thin.
yeah,
And,
it's
like,
tune in,
speak to
everybody.
me.
Like, really tune in.
Okay, so you think that like I should not touch it, like the bottom of it?
Yeah, no, you're fine. Great, great cut.
And then
You're like
to do
talking to the
top part,
literally like.
It talks to
like
you.
it talks to you. To do like the top of it, I just like stick it on that way and just
If it's like mostly
Now
there,
I
you still have to
understand your
recenter it and
position.
everything.
right.
I know.
She's,
you have
she's
to.
like really far out also with the butt.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, what? Anything else that I need to do here, or am I done? I don't know.
So it's, my suggestion is that you have more to go on the side here. Like you can accentuate
So you
these
wet your
curves
rim?
more so.
And then you.
Like this can come in a little bit more. Like I wouldn't go too much farther in on the interior.
Oh
Mhm.
fuck. No.
Did you go through?
Uh-huh.
Oh
What happened?
I did this and it cracked.
no.
So yeah. Excellent first pot. It could be a planter.
That's what I was saying. In the inside, it was cracks, and I was wondering if you could.
That was your first one, right? I think that was your first one. It's okay. That was repaired several times, from what I remember. But yeah, like, good thing to look for and to feel for, to notice, like, what that feels like. Watery plants.
Alright, where did she go?
Then open bucket.
So you just wet the rim, sort of press and center and hope for the best?
It will form like a vacuum seal.
Okay.
Now it's got to be centered too.